Hey, what's happening everybody? This is Royce from Pedal Metal. Welcome to my channel. And today we're going to be working on a old Zylmex DATSUN pickup truck. This was in with a lot of Hot Wheels I got off of eBay. I was trying to get some old black walls and some red lines to fill in my collection, and this was thrown in there. And a couple other no-name brand ones are actually in good shape, but the Zylmex is kind of an interesting one. I looked on eBay and there is one on there and it has the, I guess it would originally had a roof stripe and a hood stripe on it. And I think they came with a camper on the back, hence the holes there at the, above the tires. So I think it looks better actually without the camper, to be honest with you. So I like the patina on it. I think it's really cool. So I'm going to keep it as is. I'm thinking maybe though getting rid of the sticker residue crap on the hood here, because this is kind of, I don't know, kind of detracts from it a little bit. I mean, looks like, oh, it's actually peeling the paint off as I try to get that off, but I don't know. Maybe I don't want to mess with that too much. Well, what we could try to do is use a little bit of rubbing alcohol. This is just 91% alcohol here, and let me just see, maybe we can work on it a little bit and see if I can get some of that off. I don't really want it on there, to be honest with you. I love the rest of it though. I love the, yeah, it looks like that's should work. I love the look of the rest. I don't even want to touch it. It's just so beautiful to me. Some kid you can picture playing around a sandbox or whatever, having lots of fun with this. But what we're going to do then is also we're going to do a wheel swap on this. So I think they're going to be pretty wicked there. These 4-spoke from monoblock wheels. And they're in the martini, like a teal color. They call them martini green, I think, or something, but martini blue, but they're, I guess they are sort of a blue. To me, they're almost more of a turquoise, but this is slowly dissolving here. All right, so what we're gonna do here is, that looks better, I think. Looks a lot cleaner than I thought it would, but that's cool. I mean, we still got plenty of, almost looks like primer, but you have the straight raw metal showing through. This reminds me of my brother's new GMC work van, where it actually peeled off in sheets on the front from the wind. So that's GM quality for you on their work trucks. Okay, so what we're going to do next is the wheel swap. Let me get this alcohol out of the way so I don't spill it. I don't really want to drill these. These rivets are really difficult to drill. They're not really rivets, they're pushed pins, I should say, or stalks. They're dimpled over. I think that what we could do here, the easiest would probably be to try to snip these wheels off with a pair of dikes. Dikes. So there we go. That'll be easy. Just pull them out that way. Throw them in the garbage. They're old. Because I don't really want to be messing around. I don't want to have to drill too much. So now we could work on the wheel swap. So hopefully this will be a fun one. If you guys aren't familiar with monoblock wheels, you need to check them out. It's shopmonoblock.com. And no, I don't get anything at discount, or they don't send me anything. I do all this. I have to buy them just like you guys. Even though they're fully aware that I show their stuff on my videos. Okay, so what we're going to do is push the axle through. We're just going to do a test first and see how this is going to look. They give you about 1.5 inches to work with the axles. I think they're, yeah, it's exactly 1.5 inches. The 2 axles that you get with the kit. Problem is, I'm already seeing is the tires are huge. So I don't know, this may not work. Tires actually might be too big for this vehicle. It's actually bending over. Well, let's just look at, I think it's this piece right here. I don't know if you can see it actually on, you probably can. Let me get something to point at it. There's a stalk, I mean a piece of flashing right here, metal. I think that's what's keeping me from putting the wheel on. This side doesn't have it. This side has it. So we're gonna have to grind that out here. Let's play around with this side and see what, dream a little bit here and see what it might look like without that flashing in our way. I think with the reason I chose these Martini blue ones, I had bought a bunch of monoblock wheels and I just couldn't find the right vehicle for these, this odd color. But I think it's going to be absolutely perfect if my color theory classes have paid off with the green, and then we have the bright blue tint plastic windows. I think it's going to look pretty wicked. So I think that's going to be a good choice. Problem is getting these to fit. I'm already seeing this is going to be a problem. So I might have to dig the grinder out the Dremel tool, and we could start with first getting rid of this nipple on the back of the wheel. That gives us a little additional room. Not much, but gives you some. Okay, after a little while here trying to figure out what works best, I was using this, what I call the cavity remover tip from my Dremel tool. It kind of reminds me of a dental tool or something, but I ended up nibbling away. You can see it doesn't look like maybe much on video, but it's a good bit of taking away. So I think that's gonna work really well. I'm just gonna have to keep nibbling away here. It's making a huge mess. I'm gonna have to get the shop vac out here, but let me do the rest, and then, well, the bed, that's going to take a lot of work too, but I'll be back in a little bit. I don't want to bore anyone doing this on video. Okay, I have this thin black plastic. I don't know where I got it from. Probably, I think it was from like computer packaging or something. But it's nice to save junk like this. Sometimes it's comes in handy when you want to make. I think I'm gonna make a tonneau cover for the back of this just to keep it, to hide the ugliness of the back. I don't know. I can make it that it could bring it, you know, that it could be removed quite easily if need be. I was going to do the wood bed, but I don't know. I'm not really feeling it. I started working with a tongue depressor here and not really feeling it. I'll clean the windows. I'm just going to use some plastic polish. This is some old school McGuire's I had forever. And this seems to work really well to clean the glass. Finally, the air conditioning just shut off there. It was kind of loud. Sometimes, like I said, there's a lot of noises that I can't really help going on in the background that are pretty annoying, but I can't really do much about that. Sometimes I'm able to edit them out, but many times it's hard to edit out the sounds in the back that I can't really get a hold of, I should say, and split out separately from the file. I have rusty red and rusty brown, so I'm gonna try a little bit of that with some water. Get my pan of water in here closer and just try this and see how this works. Alright, well, I'll keep going with this, and I don't want to bore you guys with working on this with the powders. If I don't like it, I could always strip it off, but I don't think it's looking too bad. So I'll come back in a little bit and we'll detail the front end. This is missing the rear bumper on this, so Don't have to really worry about much back there on the back side, but I think it'll look all right when it's done. Be right back. Slowly getting there. It's a lot of work, and I think, I don't know if I've ever actually done one of these before for the channel. I've done them for my personal, for at home, and I've on military models and whatnot, and other construction type vehicles, but I don't know if I've ever actually done one for the channel here, where it's this has this weathering to this extent. I did a little bit of weathering on the Colombo 143rd scale Peugeot, but this is a lot of work. I'm having trouble holding it, so my thumb already messed up the roof, but I think it's getting there. It's very tedious process of kind of going in and, you know, to the spots that are worn off, and between that and the cartoon sound effects in the background for my daughter watching TV, it's kind of distracting. It's, like I said earlier, it's hard sometimes to get away from the sounds. So I'll keep at it here, and then what I think I'm going to end up having to do is we're going to detail do the front end here, and I need to, the bumper is completely worn down to the yellow plastic, so what we probably could do is use my liquid chrome marker, and might as well hold by the roof now. I already got that ruined anyway, but I want to kind of fix this up a little bit here. I don't want to make it too nice, but looks a little bit better already. Just trying to get away from that yellow, the yellow plastic there. Pretty sure you can break these open and actually get that chrome paint out of there. I'd like to see if I can get this without the pen itself, like a refill, and then use a brush to actually do larger areas than having to rely on this tip. The other limitation with this pen is it does dull after a while, I've noticed. So you would probably have to clear coat over top of it, or just limit your handling. Hopefully I wasn't too far off camera there. I just realized I think I was off camera. Apologize for that if I was. This is just AK Interactive wash. Okay, we better let this dry and then come back and we'll try to work on it some more. Okay, I think I'm wrapping this up now. This one took a lot longer than I anticipated, and I think the results aren't bad. I may end up, I think it was off camera, I don't have it on film, but I just took a paper clip and bent the paper clip to make the bar from the back of the bed, and the bike I did use a metallic paint then for the seat and grip, so it's a little bit different red, and it has the silica in it to give the metal flakes. It's probably not going to show up on video, but it looks pretty cool in person. And I was using reference photos off of Google. I'm not sure why this bike has a motor on it, but that's okay. I just left it on since they do sell kits like that nowadays for bikes. But that paper clip is just pressure fitted down into the cab, so that and the bicycle can come out easily if I change my mind about them, if I don't like them. I actually wanted to use a matte clear, but I only had Tester's gloss here, which I didn't realize. I thought I had matte here somewhere, but apparently I didn't. But it didn't come out too bad. It protected powder, the rust powders, which is essential if you ever want to pick it up and handle it. The car that I did, the 1/64 scale version of the car, I used the powders on that. I never did clear coat it. I should with a matte finish to keep the dust on. The only drawback from using, having something like this that's slammed, it does not roll at all. Obviously, this is 100% static. So I'm going to put it on the turntable and get some shots of it. Some better shots than me handling it here with my nasty hands. But I'm pretty happy with it. You guys have to let me know what you think. Something different for me. I don't usually do low riders and whatnot, but it's definitely something different. So let me get some other shots of it. I'm going to take some pictures for Instagram as well. And I'll be right back at the turntable. Hold on once. Overall, I'm very happy with it. Not sure if I mentioned earlier or not, but the weathering powders were from Micro Mark. They're Doc O'Brien's, and it was a big box of all different colors you can get for the weathering powders. But like I said, the best bet is to seal them in now with a clear coat, or a fixture of some sort, fixative, I should say. If I was to do this again, I would say I probably should have took it all apart, so I could have kept the glass separately. Now I could have polished the glass a lot easier and a lot better than what was able to. It's hard to polish the glass with it inside the body. So that was one thing I regret, is not drawing it apart, but that's okay, I guess. It ended up turning out pretty decent. I should have got before shots of the DATSUN on the turntable before, and then I could have done a comparison shot of the two. Kind of regret that now. It's too late to do that. I have a couple pictures of it in its before state I'll have to use for the thumbnail, but overall, you guys have to let me know what you think. I think the Martini Blue or green, I forget what they call it on Monblock's site, but the Martini Blue anodized rims really look great, I think, with this lime green. I think it was not to toot my own horn, but I think it was a pretty good choice. And the false bed floor hides all the ugliness of the bed. It was not very good. I think, like I said, because it was supposed to have a camper topper on it, they didn't do a very good job of designing the back of it. So I think at least this false floor hides that, and it could even be, it's pressure fitted in, it could even be brought up higher to be a tonneau cover, but I kind of just pushed it down in to be kind of like a false bed floor that's raised up. So overall, not too bad. You guys have to let me know what you think, and till next time, we'll see you guys soon. If you like this type of video and other toy reviews, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, bye now.